Hello, David Bradley from the Pet Room here. Today I will talk more about thrifting. As some of you know, I have some pets around, and I will be starting to sort, resolve, fix, repair, whatever. Anyway, one of the things that I've always kind of been somewhat irked with a time or two is when I just don't have enough plugs. And I'm reaching around and trying to unplug things. Anyway, so this goes back to thrifting. I haven't often gone into thrift stores for a while, but I started just in the last bit to go in with very specialized things to look for. For example, what you can probably see here is a power bar or a power strip or whatever. It has a switch. The light goes on. The light goes off. Now, I'm not intending to do, what people did in the past, and that is have, a whole half a house running off of one thing. Mind you, in the old days, houses had very few circuits. So it was easy to end up with situations like that. Anyway, this here, I think it cost me $2.99 at the thrift store. And while I was there today, I looked and I found this thing, which is called an ISO bar. And it has a switch, and it has 4 outlets. It actually has ways, if I felt like it, to take some screws and mount it to a wall, which would not be a bad thing. It has, it says it has protection present line. It's a little, not horrible, anyway, not beaten up horribly. It says trip-light power protection. Now, I've not heard of this before. I've never seen it before, but it does have this thing. It says first isolated filter bank, 50 dB protection. Second isolated filter bank, 70 dB protection. Now, do I care about any of this? Diagnostic surge suppression? Well, I suppose, maybe, kind of. Transient voltage surge suppressor, 120 volts, 50/60 hertz. Maximum load, 12 amps. To reduce the risk of electrical shock, use only indoors. Warning, the individual should take care to determine prior to use whether this device is suitable, adequate, or safe for the use intended. Since individual applications are subject to a great variation, the manufacturer makes no representation or warranty as to the suitability or fitness of these devices for any specific application. In other words, if you get this, there's no guarantee it's going to do what you want it to do. And we've told you that. Anyway, but this does look pretty okay. Now, what I really need, I like it. It has a long cord. It also has a bit of a twist. Let me get this out of here. It has a twist on the plug. A lot of things you get, and you plug them into power strips, and then because of the cord, etc., it takes up like 2 plugs. So you have to plug it in at the end, and then maybe get in the way of the switch. This one, if you'll notice, has an angle to it, so that when it plugs in, it comes off the side. So it doesn't chew up another outlet. Anyway, for this, I paid, I think, $6.99. I have no idea what it would have originally sold for, but the idea is I want plugs available when I'm doing all this pet stuff and other stuff. I don't want to be saying, oh, well, I have to unplug my phone charger, and I have to unplug this lamp, or whatever else. I just want to be able to plug in, give it a try, or, if I'm getting ready to solder or desolder, I just want to be able to do it. I don't want to have to be dancing around saying, oh, plug, what'll I do? So, now I probably could have gone to Home Depot, Canadian Tire, Home Hardware, all kinds of other places. Oh dear, move the microphone. Careful about that. And gotten something for a whole lot more that might have been as good, maybe better. But why? Why bother? There is a plug at the store that I go to now and again. You can plug things in. What I typically do with power bars is I flip the switch to make sure the light comes on. But also, if they have other things there, and they always do, like a lamp or something, I will plug it in and turn on the switch and make sure that the power seems to be flowing. And I take my chances, because on electrical things, they don't want to see the back. Now, I'm sure if I hit something, depending, maybe I could talk them into it. They know me pretty well there, but anyway, I'm careful. It's funny, because right now, there is a power strip I'm using on this, and it's pretty hefty and pretty good and pretty fine, but the power switch doesn't light up. Ooh, terrible, 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 terrible. Doesn't matter. Still works. So, if you are doing tinkering, and you're thinking, I could use some more things, yes, you can go spend a whole lot of money, but why? Go to the thrift store. This is probably the best one I've ever found. Now, do I wish it had more plugs? Maybe, but it's dandy. Because this table here is where I'm going to do a lot of the fixing. And I just want to have things available and not turn into a whole big, oh, what'll I do, what'll I do, what'll I do? Anyway, so that's all I have to say about that. David Bradley in the pet room, signing off. Thanks so much for being here. Bye for now.